This weekend, it was announced that Ukraine captured 2 North Korean soldiers in Russia's Kursk Oblast and transported them to Kyiv for questioning, providing final, irrefutable evidence that North Korea is fighting alongside Russia.
지금 여기가 어딘지 알아?
Не знаю. Ви перебуваєте в Україні.
Although North Korean soldiers have been spotted among the ranks of the Russian military throughout the autumn, the only one taken as a prisoner of war thus far was fatally wounded and died shortly after capture, before he could give any information. This marks the first time that North Korean POWs have been captured, stabilized, and questioned, giving us an inside look into one of the most shocking and alarming developments of the full-scale invasion. The armed forces of Ukraine reported that the 2 North Korean soldiers were captured on January 9th by Ukrainian special forces and airborne forces, who provided first aid to the wounded soldiers before handing them over to the State Security Service. The POWs reportedly speak no language other than Korean, and in line with the Geneva Convention, they've been communicating via translators in cooperation with South Korean intelligence. So, what do we know about these 2 individuals? We know that one says he was born in 1999 and the other in 2005. One carried a Russian ID with a name that was different from his own, and the other had no documents on him. The younger identified himself as a rifleman who's been in the North Korean military since 2021, and the other said that he'd been a sniper and reconnaissance officer since 2016. One said that he believed he was being sent to Russia for training and not to fight against Ukraine.
훈련을 실전처럼 해본다고 했어요.
Йому казали, що просто тренування.
An echo of the early days of the full-scale invasion, when overwhelming numbers of Russian soldiers said that they'd been sent to Ukraine on the pretense of training exercises, not actual war. South Korean intelligence estimates that of about 10,000 North Korean troops sent to Russia, several hundred have been killed and another 2,700 have been injured, a strikingly high casualty rate that the South Koreans attribute to North Korean soldiers' lack of understanding of modern warfare, particularly when it comes to drones, which have become a crucial weapon on the battlefield in Ukraine. There's also another, more disturbing assertion by South Korea that North Korea has instructed its soldiers to commit suicide if faced with capture. White House National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby confirmed that some North Koreans have indeed killed themselves in Kursk Oblast, out of fear that their families at home would be punished if they were taken prisoner. President Zelensky said on Sunday that Ukraine is willing to exchange any North Korean prisoners for Ukrainian POWs if Kim Jong-un is willing to facilitate it, which admittedly seems like a long shot. Zelensky also stated, however, that captured North Koreans are welcome to stay in Ukraine if they choose to. They would be expected to participate in spreading the truth about Russia's war against Ukraine in Korean language. In the footage published by Ukrainian security services, one soldier expressed a desire to go back to North Korea, while the other said that he would prefer to remain in Ukraine.
다시 북한으로 돌아가고 싶어?
우크라이나 사람보다 좋은 거예요.
우크라이나 괜찮은 것 같아? 여긴 좋아.
여기서 살고 싶어.
South Korea's Yonhap news agency said that there's also an option for POWs to be resettled in South Korea, although none so far have indicated interest in the prospect. Since reports first surfaced of North Korean troops fighting alongside Russia, something that a year ago would have been unthinkable, there's been a huge demand for concrete evidence of their presence, and plenty of speculation about how this possibly could be playing out for the individuals involved. We expect that this week will yield more testimony from the soldiers themselves as they're further stabilized, and over time they'll inevitably be joined by more of their peers. As it is, this capture was astronomical for Ukraine, for South Korea, and for the West.